Cut. You cut. No, you don't want to go to hospital. Hey, he's got another one down here somewhere, mate.
Hey, this guy's going out. You better get that ambulance there in a hurry. This guy's going.
And I looked up and I was leaving a message, and he said, I want a $69 American Express order. I get out the big Express order. He said, I'll take your money, like that, and forgive me for shaking.
That's all right.
You want to sit down?
You better sit down. Forget about the story, that's all right.
And so then he said, well, I'll take your other paper or something, your other legal paper, you know.
Yes.
These are people in trouble. They are the special concern of the Police Emergency Service. For 3 months, we have followed 2 cops in patrol car 1509 through the streets of New York. Our microphones and cameras have recorded their actions. You will see New York in a jagged series of events of violence and crisis. This report is not for the squeamish. New York City, Times Square. Car 1509, Police Emergency Service, moving against traffic in a race against death. New York is for winners. The unskilled, the untalented, the unbeautiful, the unlucky find trouble here. When the trouble is bad enough, Chadwick and Cochran have work to do. Mike Chadwick is 40 years old. He is married and has 3 children. He has been a police officer 14 years. Gene Cochran, age 36, 3 children, a police officer 9 years. Cochran has 5 police medals, Chadwick has 7.
I started in the building line as a laborer. It was good work. I liked it. Plenty of exercise, good work.
I'd like to take the test for the police department.
Well, I was going to take the test before I went in the Marines, but I went in February of '42, and the test didn't come up until April, so I missed it. If I would have taken the test, I would have had,
Well, we had all the
20.
Did you always have that feeling that you wanted to be a policeman?
Well, either a policeman or a fireman.
Yeah, your father was a fireman.
Yeah, but, my father and 2 of his brothers were firemen. I was the first cop in the family.
Yeah, I'm the black sheep myself.
I still have one uncle in the fire department.
We have no city employees. I'm the only city employee.
No, I
became a policeman.
My pop and 2 of his brothers were both firemen. One of them was killed up in Harlem in a fire.
Oh, yeah?
And the other one is still on. He works up in Bronx Telegraph. Uncle Buster, he used to be a fighter before he went on the fire.
42nd Street and Broadway, 1020 on the street, man struck by auto.
Emergency car 1509 will also respond. Kate. Okay, Gene, let's go. Whip it around.
42nd Street and Broadway, the busiest corner in the world. A man has been hit by a car. A fender ornament has pierced his cheek. He is one of the 17,500 pedestrians run down each year in New York.
Get a blanket out. Put a blanket over. What's your name?
Martin.
Martin? What's your first name, Martin?
Dominic.
Dominic?
Dominic.
Oh, Tommy Martin, eh?
Dominic.
Where do you live, Tommy? Well, don't touch your face, Tommy. You got a bad cut. Stop it. Okay?
Yeah, wreck me with a cut.
Huh?
You wreck me with a beer cut.
You're okay. Tommy Martin, right? Where do you live, Tom?
When a person in trouble finds himself in Mike Chadwick's hands, status, money, privilege are not considered. He treats them all alike. Corcoran has called for the ambulance. It's on its way.
All right?
Just pull it off and let it go.
No, just stay right here.
Yeah.
All right, don't rub it too much, son. Okay? Just keep your hands away from it, okay? Because I don't want the bandage. Okay, Don?
Every action is recorded in detail. This time, Corcoran gets the book work. Gene Corcoran got into emergency through an act of bravery, saving a man and woman whose boat capsized off Coney Island in winter. He was dropped from a helicopter and kept them afloat until aid arrived an hour later. He spent the next 3 months in the hospital.
I had no idea what I was going to do, and when I was in that, you know, when you get processed.
Yeah.
And it just came to me, I wanted to be a banker. So I put banking on my discharge. It's still on my discharge. You can look at my discharge. I went home and I got a job as a teletrainee. I went to work I got home on a Thursday and I went to work Friday morning. You know, it was at the Corn Exchange. It was Corn Exchange then. As a teletrainee, and I worked my way up to well, not in that place, in that bank, 2 different banks. I worked my way up to head teller. And from there, I took the test for the police department. As long as I remembered, I wanted to be a policeman.
43rd Street
give
and
it a
6th
go.
Avenue,
And I was
10-7,
lucky
steam
enough to
leak.
take the test.
A steam leak. It can be a minor job or a catastrophe. Avenue and 43rd. Live steam tears through pipes beneath the streets of New York at 300 miles an hour. Pressure, 1,000 pounds per square inch. There are more than 50 people trapped in the stores behind the wall of steam.
right in here, Jim. It's one man in here.
Chadwick has heard calls for help. A dozen people are trapped in the cellar. He will try to reach them and lead them up to Corcoran.
I came in for a shine and I got a Turkish bag.
I was helping out, yes.
What is your name?
Rose.
What's your name?
Rose Schwartz.
Oh, Rose Schwartz?
Yeah.
And where do you live, Rose?
I can't talk.
So
I'm sorry.
take it easy. Just thank God we're out, that's all.
I'm Michael Angelo.
How long were you in there?
At least a half hour, probably 20, I don't know.
5:30 when I started.
5:30 or something.
What would you like now? Michelangelo.
7:10 p.m., all secure.
Quite an experience to go through. We're very happy.
The police emergency handles 25,600 calls a year. The 26 patrol cars handle 90% of this business. For Chadwick and Corcoran, the evening has just begun. This tour of duty begins for Mike Chadwick in the mid-afternoon. From his house 1 hour away in the Bronx, he reports to Midtown headquarters for the 4 p.m. to midnight shift. Corcoran lives an hour away at the far end of Brooklyn. The men of the emergency squad are an elite group, skilled men who have shown bravery and fortitude. The waiting list of applicants is long. The selections are made by the boss, Chief Inspector Walter Klotzbach, 37 years in the division, a world authority in dealing with catastrophe. Chadwick is a typical selection. He is a skilled carpenter, mechanic, and practical engineer. He is expert in all police work, weapons, rigging, hydraulics, and making coffee. Men of the emergency division fly New York's 5 police helicopters. The 12 launches of the Harbor Patrol are piloted by these men who cover 578 miles of shorefront of the great city. For the next 8 hours, car 1509 will speed Chadwick and Corcoran to the centers of action. In the ready room, Gene prepares his report forms for the day's work.
Car 1509, Kay. 59th Street and 6th Avenue, 10-8, dangerous condition.
Normally, the patrol car reports to its assigned precinct first, but action takes precedence. Central Park South. A 200-foot construction crane has buckled at the top, 23 stories above the street. The cause? Wind of gale force, with gusts up to 70 miles per hour. Problem? How to get the crane down without damage. 2 weeks before, 2 pedestrians were killed by a boom that broke free.